your boy Akademiks and check it out. Now, it's a new fucking day, all right? Let me tell you this, right? People just ain't into the fucking corny shit, all right? If somebody disses you on the track, if you don't want to respond, don't mention it. But if you're going to respond on Twitter, on Instagram, people ain't into it. That's what Meek Mill got clowned for. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, all right? So people expect rappers to rap, right? Now, never would I thought today that we're actually looking at like, yo, Joey Badass, are you going to rap or what, bro? What are you going to do? I mean, listen, everybody has gotten this situation, and even Meek Mill versus 50 Cent, people were tired of Meek Mill memes. Now, Joey Badass and Troy Ave, they're beefing over some petty shit. They're beefing over who's independent, who's not, who sold more, who sold less, all right? Now, we had Joey Badass, who mentioned Troy Ave's name in a rap. Basically, Troy Ave came back with a vulgar-ass diss song where he not only violated Joey Badass, but he violated Joey Badass's friend, capital Steez. All right? Now, it was a low blow. You can't even dispute it. It was a low blow, and somebody asked me, like, yo, why is it such a big problem with him going in on capital Steez if in Chirac we got people who disrespected that all the time? Now, clear difference, all right? When you're in motherfucking Chirac, okay, which number one is like a different world in itself, and you're smoking on the finest grade of rare coon packs, okay? Here's the big fucking difference, right? There's gang beef going on. That's not hip-hop. That's gang beef that because all these niggas claim they rappers, you hear about it so you think it's hip-hop. No, that's one gang versus the other gang, and when somebody gets killed, the gang that didn't have somebody that get killed basically clowns the other gang by saying they're smoking on somebody's pack. So they clown the dead, but the fact is, people die on both sides, all right? Now, with Joey Badass and Troy Ave, this is rap beef. These niggas are beefing over who sold the most, when in reality, the facts show by the numbers, right? Now, we could have a discussion about who's independent or quote-unquote real independent, but you gotta understand that this is not gang beef, okay? So, Joey Badass, he basically has not responded. I do think when he does drop a track, if he does, I think he's going to body Troy Ave. I think he's going to obliterate Troy Ave because Troy Ave came with some soy milk type of bars, but it was savage. I'm not going to lie. You got to listen to his shit and be like, damn, this is kind of savage because he was saying some savage shit minus the capital Steez. We're not going to give that no credit. Minus the capital Steez mentioned, he was saying some savage shit like, damn. You know what I mean? Troy Ave might be actually better at making diss songs than actually making regular songs, just to keep it real. But this is what Joey Badass said because he responded on Twitter, or actually Instagram, and of course, Troy Ave responded back, right? Joey Badass said this. He said, "This is me headlining at Okeechobee Festival in front of approximately 25,000 fans. Yes, that's right. I have shows and the capacity are more than 4 times your album sales. What diss record? Oh, from that 30-year-old reject who hit the little homie below the belt? Fuck on out of here. I'm getting what you make your whole career just off collabs, cocksucker. Beat it." Whoever y'all talking about don't even deserve a response because he ain't on my level. And you only make yourself look like a fool when you entertain them fools. So I hope you enjoy your little 5 minutes of fame and that little blue check Twitter gave you since I breathed new life into you because your oxygen tank is officially cut off now. Your career on life support, homie. Don't make me pull that goddamn plug. You don't want no problems. See, runner, don't make me have to expose you to these people you played yourself. Karma will catch up to you, but unfortunately, man, your album sales just won't. You know what I mean? Major L. Now, Troy Ave responded, and I'm not gonna lie, Troy Ave is on some savage shit. He said this. He says, "This fucking dweeb says I don't deserve a response." Meanwhile, he's responding with memes and tweets. You can't fuck with me with no raps, and you can't fuck with me in the streets, pussy. And in reality, if you shot then, I shot back. It's action and a reaction, you stupid drug addict. If I shot first, then it would be owed a response. But use a dub, and nobody cares. And you keep trying to bring other people into it, from Kirk Knight to Nas, etc. But that's what pussies like you do. You the type of buster to throw something, then hide your hands and tell the cops when you get your head bust. Since you want to bring other people into it, I brought your roof jumping bestie into it. Demonic emojis. Y'all niggas music tell kids that if you commit suicide, you'll be a martyr and a legend? My music says don't do that shit. Because you'll be a dickhead and a fucking bozo. What message is right and what message is wrong? Twitter fingers, you'll never be popular in the streets, radios, or clubs. You'll always just be an internet rapper. Goddamn. Now, let me say this. The capital D's mentioned by Troy Ave, foul. He needs to apologize. I don't think people get over it. I explained the difference between Chirac niggas doing it and people and someone like Troy Ave just bringing it out of the blue. But here's the thing, and because we got to be honest, we got to call a spade a spade. Troy Ave, right now, at least in this particular beef, you got to at least agree with his premise, right? Somebody called his name out, and this is where Joey Badass fucked up. You can't call the nigga name out on record, and then when he responds, you basically say, oh, no, I don't want to give you promo. You shouldn't have called his name out in the first place. You should have ignored him. But when he came with that diss song that kind of body slammed you a little bit because it's a decent diss song, he got some vulgar lines on it, but you can't then say, oh, I don't want to give you any promo. You're giving him promo by responding on Instagram. You're giving him promo by initially mentioning him. And with him responding to you, and I'm not going to lie, this is definitely giving Troy Ave promo. I think Troy Ave hasn't been this hot since All About the Money. This is true. So you're definitely giving him promo, but you can't complain about giving him promo once he responds to you already calling his name. At this point, you're in it. You know what I mean? You have to fight the battle, or you got to just fully ignore him. If you don't want to partake, you got to ignore him. But responding on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, that's not the way. I'm sorry. Okay? So in this case, and I'm saying I am not co-signing nothing that he said about Capital Steez, but I got to be honest. Right now, Troy Ave responded, and we're looking at Joey Badass and say, are you going to respond? Even though this could go street, we're still looking at this like this is rap beef, and we're expecting raps. And even Troy Ave says, listen, you can't fuck with me with the raps. You know what I mean? Listen, Joey Badass could probably kill, and he doesn't even have to do the same type of vulgar verse. He could kill him with like a fucking subliminal verse like Jay-Z used to do it all the time, but I'm expecting some type of response on record. So we'll see, man. Get a comment, marks, you guys like, definitely subscribe. And I'll tell you another thing that's fucking up the game, okay? Time limits. You know what I mean? When somebody doesn't expect a diss song, it's the same thing with Meek Mill. When Drake fired first with those diss songs, Meek Mill is kind of backpedaling, and when everybody's looking at you like, so when is this diss dropping? When is it dropping? In 3 to 4 days, you got to give a response, and it got to be worthy, and it got to be hot. So it's a lot of pressure when Troy Ave could have been working on his diss for however long. So it is what it is. Getting a comment, marks, you guys like, definitely subscribe towards Akademiks. How about